behind the scenes.
All right. MJ's here. It's Wired Wednesday. Great community information coming your way, so I'll hush up here.
Well, good morning, Dr. T. And isn't it a bright and lovely morning? So we're on the humbug train today.
Kind of, sort. Actually, I shouldn't be. So I got up yesterday and saw there was snow out there. I said, "Okay, take the 4-wheel drive," and then it ended up being a joke. See, this is how karma treats me.
Okay.
So a couple of years ago, it was time to get a new car, and I said, "I'm getting a 4-wheel drive." And so I went there, and we got the car, and the whole thing is like, "All right, winter, bring your worst."
Did it even snow that year?
What usually happens is that Mother Nature in that case is going, "Oh yeah, hold my cumulonimbus."
Oh.
And so I was waiting for that all year long. Like, I did my part. I'm going to end the drought myself by challenging Mother Nature. Nothing.
Sometimes we have those
I
days.
put it in 4-wheel drive twice just to say I did. I'm like, okay, look, the flake is dry. I better put it.
Mud is also a really great excuse to do 4-wheel drive too. Just saying.
I get that.
And we did have a lot of rain. We had a fair amount of rain in certain months. Obviously, today we're getting a little more frozen rain called snow, but it all works out. So good morning. This is McKenna Hansen with Wired Wednesday. I'm really excited for today's show.
Now I know how to really end the drought.
Yes.
So deep.
Basically.
That'll bring it.
Oh, for sure. But we also live in the high desert, which you move into no water. That's what this is. We're in the high desert,
That would leave
not, high rainforest.
That would leave with the 97 Ford with no heater, which is fun to drive inside.
Yeah, technically. Okay. So anyways, squirrel back to the purpose of today's show on Wired Wednesday. In studio today, we have Scott Phillips and the wonderful Kathy Long. And we are going through all of the different things and I do have a small mascot. My son's in studio with us today. And he's wanting his own chair, apparently, which is great. With all of the things in the holiday season going on.
By the way, am I a bad person? I am a bad person.
You're not a bad person. Why are you a bad person?
We're in this organization now that's just bonkers on security. And so we have to change our password, I think, every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm now being prompted on an hourly basis. Hey, you got to change your password.
Oh yeah, that is slightly frustrating.
So I think my new password is going to be my damn login.
Which is not a bad password, although you just broadcasted your password to however many listeners we have, which is definitely a security breach.
A number and a special character, because they have to have numbers and special characters.
Well, of course, naturally.
And will I spell damn with an A or with an asterisk or with the little ampersand?
Oh, I don't know. The options are endless.
Yeah.
Questions. So Scott, with December among us, we are in December in the breadth of it. Where are we going next week? What are our plans for next Saturday?
Next Saturday, December 17th, we see a lot of our fellow Cedar City residents in the Cedar City Cemetery celebrating our veterans.
Wreaths across America, right?
Wreaths across America. This is the third time that we've presented this in our community. It's a nationwide program. It comes out of Maine and Arlington National Cemetery. And it all happens on the same day across the country. Thousands of communities involved.
You got some information for us that I mentioned. Probably didn't come in and just on a big picture with us.
Yeah.
And I realized there was a deadline on some of that information that had passed by the time I actually opened up on my desk. So something has happened before that was it the
I'm not sure.
December 15th, we have the volunteers adding flags to all of the cemeteries that we're going to be honoring.
Like in November that I think we didn't get to you in time to have you talk about that.
Oh,
I'm not sure. There's been so much going on.
Yes, our community is full of, we are Festival City, USA.
Yes, you might like the article I put up on the website today.
I will have to look it up.
It's the most busiest time of the year.
Yes, it is. And what's really incredible about Wreaths Across America with Scott Phillips and Kathy Long is that this program really goes to honor our service members more so than other like events throughout the year. We want them to make sure that we know their families, you know, gave up a lot of sacrifices to have them serve, and we want to give back to them
Yeah,
and honor
this
those.
is a little bit different than Memorial Day. Memorial Day is you decorate the graves and you honor them and you remember them. But this really is to honor their lives and to remember them at Christmas time. And all of the times that many of these service members were away from their home. Many women were not home. And one thing that we talked about is we're going to move this program forward, no matter the temperatures, no matter the conditions, because our veterans are out there serving in very cold conditions as well. And this happens across the country on the very same day, at about 4,000 communities across the United States. We have about not quite 1,300 veterans buried in our local cemetery, and we want to honor each and every one of them. We're expecting a very big crowd, and so I'm going to have Kathy just talk a little bit about logistics and people arriving and how they get there and what they're hoping to do.
Yeah, last year we had quite the crowd. I don't know exactly how many, but there were at least hundreds of people there. So of course you get hundreds of people there, and then traffic concerns are there. So we've got the police VIPs that volunteers that will be directing traffic. We're all coming in into the cemetery on
Iron Mission Parkway.
Thank you. And we'll be directing traffic through the freeway, through the freeway, yeah. No, through the cemetery. So in a theoretically logical manner, but we've got golf carts for people to drive if that's to ride in if they have to park far away. We'll have the police also directing traffic as well as the VIPs. The really cool thing from my standpoint is that on Main Street, a couple hours before the program starts, we'll have a giant flag. I'm talking, what, 10 feet?
I don't know.
Yes, it is huge.
This has happened before.
Yeah, the fire department is putting it up for us. We have to close Main Street off and get permits from UDOT. I mean, this is a big production. We've got over 150 American flags that will be flying all along the front of the cemetery and in major intersections inside. So they really want this to be a special event for these people. We've got great entertainment lined up. We've got 2 or 3 numbers that will be sung. We have taps being played. We've got a 21-gun salute. It's going to be a very patriotic and very moving program, I think.
Yeah, I think the program's one of my favorite parts because it is really moving and phenomenal. It's just very well.
Well, and each year, I mean, this is our third year doing
Yeah.
it. Each year we've built upon the last and the prior, and really we're starting to get a lot of community attention because of this, and how we're honoring those service members. So on the 15th, kind of give us a breakdown of
On the 15th,
what that looks like.
on the 15th at 1 o'clock, we've got a group of volunteers coming in, people, because we have to place all of these American flags on the various veterans' graves. Because come Saturday, that is the indication where our volunteers and our family members know where to lay that wreath by the identification of the American flag. So that all has to happen prior to that. And the wreaths will all be arriving here next Monday. Monday afternoon, they'll be arriving on a big van, and we've got a group coming out to unload them all. There's about 150 boxes of wreaths that will be coming. 1,300 wreaths that will be arriving. These are all live wreaths made in Maine. They come from a farm there that this family has dedicated their life and now their careers and a business to this project. So it's terrific. But I just wanted to remind everybody that this is happening on Saturday, December the 17th at 2 o'clock at the cemetery. But I would say arrive early because parking does get congested when people
Well,
arrive.
and to Kathy's note, do not, if you can't get anywhere but into your car and out of your car, don't hesitate to come. There will be there will be transportation available to wherever you park, to wherever there's seating available to watch this phenomenal. I'm not licensed to drive a golf cart.
Sure.
Right, insured.
They can help you.
You probably go head off to the
Any of the
website.
golf carts that I'm licensed to drive have to have like a 900cc engine and bigger tires than, my son is tall, just to make sure I can get from point A to point B.
So I'm curious, you've got these wreaths coming in. How do you, is it a public record you go through to find out who the veterans are? Do you have the families submit the name?
Well, anytime that someone passes, the family has the responsibility and the honor to submit the name to the mortuary or the cemetery that this person was a veteran. And then all they have to show is a particular form that they were enlisted. And then the veterans will actually place a plaque on the back of the headstone as a compliment, as complimentary to the veterans. And they have to initiate it. Well, the first year we had some problems because a lot of them were identified and we went through records. And so we missed several hundred the first year. We were short wreaths. Now we have gone through and literally walked every single grave in that cemetery, looking to verify. And we worked with the sexton there, and now it's all listed and it's all automatic. Last year, I think we missed 3 people, but every year
Of the however many.
about 1,300. So we felt pretty good about that.
That's yes.
Now, I know that other towns are doing this. I know St. George has got one. Are any other places here in Southern Utah?
In our county, and through the Daughters of the American Revolution, I want to give a shout out to them because they're the parenting organization that we operate under. They're doing similar ceremonies. We're doing one in Paraguay and in Summit at 10 a.m. on that day. We're doing one in Enoch at 12 noon, and then one here in Cedar City is at 2 o'clock. And there's one in Escalante also at 10 o'clock. So there are others in the Southern Utah.
You might say Escalante.
Escalante.
That's
One from
that's-
Caliente, so you don't say Caliente.
Right, no, it is Caliente.
That's a big fine.
Just like hurricane is hurricane, not hurricane. Welcome to like Southern Utah, Eastern Nevada. Like, I mean, it all works.
Oh, I realize that this is an all volunteer thing and we have to raise about $22,000 a year. So donations are still being accepted. I mean, we're very near our goal. I mean, we've had very generous support, but I do want listeners to know that a cost of a wreath is $15 or any amount they want to make to sponsor a wreath if they'd like to do so. And donations are being accepted year round.
Isn't there a bundle deal too? Like buy 3, get 1?
Yes, if you they're $15.
Sorry, donate 3.
But if you donate $30, we get 1 extra wreath thrown in for that. So that's a good deal. To give us $30, we get an extra wreath.
So then it breaks it down to like $10 a wreath,
That's
which is
correct.
great.
Which is great.
You know, and hey, I am a little sharper today. I have had my pot and a half of coffee. You know, and trying to juggle a little in studio, which has been entertaining thus far. But what's really incredible about Iron County, and I would say because it's the season of giving, and really we've been promoting giving and going to charitable events really clear back in October. We started talking about the Children's Justice Center, the Dancing with the Community Stars. We just had the lighting ceremony with Where the Magic Begins and the Jubilee of Trees. With Ben and Laura, you know, running those types of events. And really you were center stage on Where the Magic Happens as well, Scott. You're really involved and plugged into this community. And what's really incredible, and maybe you see it too, but how giving Iron County is and how we continually show up where there's a need.
Absolutely. This community is really astonishing. Everyone in Iron County, they see a need and they try and address it. And I would even say that goes back to the board, the Wreaths Across America board, and Kathy, for example, and she gives all the time of her time and her resources, and so do all the people around that table.
They do.
I think we're very fortunate that people see a greater need and want to give back, and that's part of what this program is all about.
It's really great too, because it's, you know, and I'm not going to get emotional this morning because
Yes, you
I
are.
know I
Yes,
just
you
can't.
You have to fess up to it right now.
No, but you know, in the season of giving with Wreaths Across America and bringing that program to Iron County 3 years ago, Scott, you really had the foresight of honoring those service members, and then the different towns plugged into that and it's really incredible too, where even one of the smallest communities, Summit in Iron County, is honoring their veteran members as well as a part of that. And it's really humbling to know that regardless of what is happening outside of Iron County and all of the political swings of things, we still take time. We take a Saturday in December, Saturday the 17th at 10 a.m. and at 2 p.m. in Cedar City, the different things going on to honor those service members during this holiday season.
Yeah,
Yeah, so the theme for Wreaths Across America and for the veterans is remember, honor, and teach. And I think that our communities actually exhibit that, we remember them, we honor them, and we teach more people to continue to honor and remember them and fill in the gaps that maybe are there. And because our community is so giving, that we're able to do all of that and with grace.
yeah. We have a lot of young people coming out to help us, and it's important that they know what their fathers, their grandfathers, their uncles did, or their aunts in helping us be a free country.
Right. And, there are some service members, even as recent, anything's happened in the last 20 years, right? A lot of us can still remember 9/11 and the amount of troops that went out to ensure our safety for that. And a lot of Iron County members, through the 222nd and other military branches, they went through that sacrifice and they came home, unfortunately, with a flag draped over them.
Yeah.
And being able, I know, but being able to really go through that and what, for those members out there that have experienced that in the last 20 years and being able to give back in some capacity, it makes.
Whether it is spouse, whether it is someone, because it comes across to each one of us that we have to know that this freedom we have isn't free, and it comes with sacrifices. Thank goodness many of them are able to come home, but still we have to honor what they gave up for all of us. And I think that's what's yeah, exactly. So once a year, just before Christmas, we're able to do this wonderful celebration. It is a celebration with great dignity. That's what it's intended to be, and I want people to come and enjoy it and have a good time remembering and spend some time there honoring those people.
So, quick breakdown of the events. Thursday the 15th at 1 p.m. We need help. Volunteers show up. Contact Kathy Long at
435-477-2093
to volunteer and get ready to set flags on each of the grave markers.
They need gloves. They probably need to bring a hammer, and they probably need a broom so we can sweep off any of the headstones that we
and clean off and clean up and make sure they're ready for they're primed proper
And let me guess.
and dressed down. Yes.
Yeah.
Humbugs on this day.
No bah humbugs over there, Dr. T. And on Saturday the 17th, our ceremonies start in Paraguna and Summit at 10 a.m.
Right.
The ceremony in Enoch is at
12 noon.
okay, and then the ceremony in
City is at 2 o'clock, and the one in Escalante, is that right? Is also 10 a.m.
No, and welcome to Southern Utah. Thank you guys so much for joining us for Wreaths Across America on today's Wired Wednesday show.
Hey, so what I'm curious, well, a lot of groups. So 17th will come and go. When do you start working for next year?
We start about the 18th.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it starts right the very next day. We just start thinking about what worked, what didn't, how can we improve things. We start contacting the national office to find out, what is going to be the cost of the Wreaths next year. We have to start that long. It's a year-long activity. We have about 13 board members who are fantastic volunteers across this city.
And I'm sure they're serving on multiple communities because we are a community that comes together.
Well, thank you for allowing us to speak about it.
Well, of course, this is why I have the radio shows, to make sure that we are an informed community, regardless of what that is, whether it's food survival or agricultural products, to what's going on and how we can help out around this community. Thank you guys so much for joining us for Wired Wednesday. This is your host, McKinnon Hansen, and the gracious Scott Phillips and the beautiful Kathy Long. Thank you guys for representing Wreaths Across America today. I am your local Farm Bureau financial insurance agent, specializing with commercial and ag products. My number is 435-592-2021. Thank you so much, and Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, yes.